Okay, this is going to be my first gaming video. Thought of a technique to be able to get T-60 power armor as quickly as I think is reasonable. We are also going to be aiming to get a Fat Man and a mini nuke to go with it, along with a minigun other than the one you can get in Concord pretty early on. I will be grabbing everything in sight just to make sure that I am as well equipped as I possibly can be for the trek across the map that we'll be making. First off, of course, is going to be Sanctuary, where we will go to the workbench and immediately start scrapping everything in sight. Aim for the main buildings and trees because we will need a lot of wood to build a structure. The main point of this structure is to get 2 levels. With the first level, I generally get Aqua Boy or Aqua Girl. This will make it where we can travel through the water without getting terribly irradiated along the way. I normally go ahead and finish the building I'm working on so that I can immediately start using it later, and I use the second perk to go ahead and get the first sneak level. What this will do, of course, is make it where we're less likely to be caught by enemies and not have to fight our way across the map at level 3. Once you leave Sanctuary, head straight across the bridge. First thing you'll find is a drifter, and the drifter outfit is going to be a good starting point for armor. The duffel bag up here may have a better weapon than what you have, or at least some ammunition, and you'll want to head down the shore, kill the dog. A little bit farther down you'll find the trash can. You can empty that and the med bag on the dock if you'd like. Now you're going to find a small circuit breaker that's going to lead up to a pump house. If you open up the flap on the side, the pump house will have approximately 60 caps inside to give you a kickstart. Next to the man, you'll find some junk, a suit in the suitcase, and a snub-nose 45, which you will not find much ammo for right away, but can be helpful later in the game. Go ahead and equip the drifter outfit and any other stuff that you want, because you will find a raider camp right over this rock, and of course you'll want to go ahead and take them out to loot their bodies. After the fight, go ahead and sleep in the sleeping bag to heal any damage you've taken. Then you're going to want to head over towards the Brahmin off to the left. You're going to find a settler that was likely killed by the raiders. He'll have a med pack next to him, and once we loot him, we're going to want to head straight north up the mountain. Up at the top of the rocks, you're going to find a small shelter, and inside of that you will find an ammo box. Since I was doing this as kind of a semi-speed run, I don't really check what's in the containers normally. I just empty them to evaluate what I have later on. That raider was kind of random. He's not normally there, but I take him out and I go ahead and equip all of the best armor I have, and this will help us go through the satellite dish in a minute. Now you will want to rate it back against the drifter outfit to make sure that you have actually gotten an improvement. After that, you're going to want to head north a little bit more. You'll get to the junkyard. Next to the sentry bot will be a combat box that will have a fusion core inside of it. This part is optional. You can go inside, grab the holotape to control the sentry bot along with a hot rod magazine next to the terminal, a couple circuit boards, a stem pack, a toolbox, and a med box on the wall. Now I went ahead and sent the sentry bot over to satellite dish Olivia, but I go ahead and skip that so that you can see right behind him is where you're going to find the Fat Man off to the right. After this, head east straight towards the satellite dish, and about halfway there, you will find a partial suit of power armor, and this will give us our frame to put the T-60 equipment we'll be acquiring later on. Since you are in a suit of power armor now, even with weaker weapons, you can go ahead and take everybody out outside the satellite dish and head inside. At the bottom of the stairs, you will find a laser trip mine that you will want to disarm. Head into the room, empty the desk and the box, anything you like, and head around the corner to the left. After you take this right, off to the right, there will be a couple people and a dog on the catwalk. You'll want to take them out, head down the ramp, go around to the right, and you can pull a fusion core from the generator. After you pull the fusion core, you'll want to go in this room, take everybody out. This is where you'll get the minigun, so be careful. After gathering everything, you'll want to go into this room, and the floor will be flammable, so go ahead and take that out. It'll kill a couple rad roaches for you. Wait for it to calm down, kill the rest of the rad roaches, head around to the opposite side, kill the roach that pops out from underneath the body, take the intel room key out of the toolbox, and then make your way upstairs.
Yes.
Back upstairs, I go ahead and take this moment, inventory all the weapons that I have, associate them to the different key bindings that I want to use. My preference are the first two melee, second two handguns, third two rifles, fourth two heavy weapons, and number 9 is always going to be a grenade of some sort. After you do this, off to the left, you will find the intel room. Just inside of the door, you'll find a mini nuke on the desk and a combat box in the corner. Those are 2 things to go for because they will give you a better weapon and a mini nuke. I already had a hardened 10 mil, so it wasn't anything better than the combat box than what I had, but it likely will be for you. Go ahead and fast travel back to Sanctuary. You can drop off this frame so that you aren't eating up fusion cores just heading across the map. After we fast travel back to the satellite dish, you're going to want to go onto the map and head down to a peninsula that is going to have a fish hook shape on it. This will be the Atom Cat's garage, and that's where we're going to find the T-60 armor. Right now, I go ahead and equip the leather pieces since they're easier to sneak with while still providing protection. Scrap the spare parts. If you have extra oil and adhesive, you can go ahead and make a shadowed part just to help with your sneaking. But you at least want to take the extra stuff you have and make a pocketed piece or 2 if you have enough so that you can carry more junk. Now that you're back at the satellite dish, just to give a head start, head down, find the peninsula with the fishhook shape, set your destination, and head directly towards it. You're going to find a road, follow the road until it dead ends, and you'll see a small shack. The shack will have an ammo box and a toolbox on the porch, but you'll want to sneak up to it because there are bugs inside. After I empty these, I head up the hill, I run because the bugs have seen me, and hang off to the right because there are ghouls at Bedford Station to the left. Once over the hill, head straight down to the shore. You will find an old dilapidated car with a couple next to it. You can grab the pots if you're going to use ceramic later on. If not, keep heading forward. You will find a fisherman who is not hostile, he's just kind of a dick. Keep heading across the land until you run to the water. Go around the boathouse. Off to the right, you'll see some fun being had, which is why we're staying in the water for ourselves. But go around each end of the peninsula. There's going to be a boathouse. Then there's going to be a boat. And off in the distance, you will see the castle. Won't spoil that for anybody, but trust me, that's the castle. Head around to the opposite side of the castle, and you will see a light off in the distance. That will be the Atom Cat's garage, and that's where we want to go. Now, once here, I got a little gung-ho and grabbed the fusion core that we're going to get, But all you really need to do now is fast travel back to Sanctuary to grab the frame we'll need to get the rest of the armor. Once back at the Atom Cat's garage, head over to the left entrance. All the way down at the end, you will see a suit of armor behind a laser tripwire. It should have everything but the helmet, but it will have 2 of each. You can actually hide behind the suit, be hidden, and go ahead and empty everything off of it. At this point, if you haven't grabbed the fusion core, you can pick it up right here. Head towards the front of the building, which is going to be an open garage similar to the first red rocket that you run into, and you're going to want to talk to Rowdy. Between the extra suit parts you have, the T-45 parts, and any junk you've picked up, you should be able to sell her enough to afford the missing T-60 helmet. At least for me, with the dawdling I did, a couple sidetracks, and making sure I collected everything, this was right at 45 minutes. I'm fairly confident it can be done significantly faster, but 45 minutes to get T-60 armor in this game, I don't think is a bad time at all. Once I head back to Sanctuary, if you grabbed that Hot Rod magazine, like I mentioned, you can go ahead and get the Hot Rod paint job, which will give you higher agility, whereas the Atom Cat's paint job will give you higher charisma. Since I don't go around talking to people in power armor, I aim for the agility so that I can get done with missions faster when need be. This also makes your fusion cores last a little bit longer because you aren't taking up as much time in the suit. The structure I built earlier is pretty much going to be my collection room for the suits of power armor, since I generally go hunting down the Brotherhood of Steel and stealing all their suits. Hope this helped everybody out, and enjoy the game.